We have owned it, I guess, from 2014 to 2016. It took me 4 years to meet him in 2010 and again in 2014 and 2016. What took you so long? He inquired. We made approximately $5 billion at its height from our $400 million investments between 2014 and 2016. We've already made almost $4 billion, and 3 years ago we sold about 25% of our shares. However, how much total do you currently hold? What number of shares? I can't recall the exact amount, but it represents a sizable portion of our assets, roughly 7 or 8% overall. So what are your thoughts on this compensation package? The salary plan was once approved by the shareholders. It has been overruled by this Delaware judge, and the shareholders will now have their say once more. How are you going to vote your shares? Let's discuss taking big chances and daring actions in the realm of investing. Ron Barron and the Barron Partners Fund are essentially the experts, the legends, the veterans, when it comes to this tactic. Consider the following. They made significant investments in Tesla, not just small ones here and there. They made a huge investment, gaining a substantial 30% long position in the business. This indicates that they have a large stake in Tesla and have placed a large wager on its success. Why is this impressive now? Having such a sizable position in Tesla is not only a sign of support for the company's prospects, but it's also a bold move that few take, demonstrating a strong conviction in the company's ability to innovate and develop in the future. Therefore, if their first investment didn't excite you, the magnitude and daring of this move may convince you otherwise. They made an astounding $5 billion out of a cool $400 million. Not only is that a decent return on investment, but financially it's equivalent to converting a small city flat into a vast space colony on Mars. They were doing 2,000 automobiles a year when I met him in 2010. When it reached 31,000 cars in 2014, we decided to invest. They produced 76,000 automobiles in 2016. They produced 1 million last year. Thus, notable growth. He promised to provide him this unprecedented compensation if certain benchmarks, including EBITDA, revenues, and market capitalization, were reached. The market value of the corporation was $53 billion at the time the transaction was inked. It is currently $550 billion, down from a peak of $1 trillion. I predict that we will likely double or triple our money in Tesla during the next 10 years. In relation to growth, let's move our attention from the numbers to the production lines, which are where the real work is done. Think back to 2010. At that time, Tesla was only making roughly 2,000 vehicles annually. It was a modest start, similar to a boutique automaker, developing a specialty item. However, when we fast forward to 2016, the situation drastically alters. By that point, Tesla had become experts in the auto industry and had increased production to an astounding 76,000 vehicles a year. Yes, you read correctly. In just 6 years, the number rose from 2,000 to 76,000. That's a revolution, not just growth. That's taking Tesla from a little player to a large one in the automobile business. In just 6 years, if Tesla cars were donuts, they would have gone from a sleepy little bakery to a fully operational factory visible from orbit. The market value soared to a whopping $550 billion with those figures. I know you're asking, what's the secret ingredient in this? Is it the eco-friendliness, the stealth design, or perhaps just the Musk magic? Whatever it is, Tesla is producing cars nearly as quickly as I misplace my socks in the washing machine, and I'm not even kidding. With each vehicle that leaves the factory, Tesla is creating shareholder value more quickly than a teenager can shop at a mall. He has directors that are more than merely showboats. Among them are one of the richest men on the planet, Larry Ellison, Hiro Mizuno, the former head of the $1.5 trillion Japanese pension fund, and Kathleen Thomas of Walgreens Boots. Among his noteworthy acquaintances was, of course, Robin Denholm. They all fairly agreed to approve this. Imagine yourself in a powerful boardroom, the atmosphere charged with expectancy. Abruptly, a casual nod of permission for a $1.5 trillion agreement is given. Indeed, that stands for trillion with a T. a figure so big that it's difficult to understand in simple words. This is Larry Ellison and his colleagues going about their regular business. It's not a scene from a movie. Talking about numbers that have the power to completely transform economies is just another part of their daily ritual, much like reading the news while drinking coffee. These are not only financial choices, they are significant obligations that have the potential to impact millions of lives inside the global economy. Although most people would find this level of responsibility intimidating, Ellison and his staff see it as just another day at the office. To retire today, I would only need to make $1 trillion decision if I had a dollar for each one that was made. How did companies like Apple and Nvidia succeed? They created it since they had an excellent gaming accessory. Amazon was a bookshop before the company existed, and now look at what they accomplished. Tesla produces automobiles. For the other companies, the cars will be like books or games. For them, cars are a business. They have a ton of additional technology. This business will grow to be quite large. I adore Tesla. Now, hang on to your hats or your financial portfolios, because Ron Barron sees more than just a car when he looks at Tesla. He sees the company that will become the next Nvidia or Amazon. We are discussing a shift from an automobile manufacturer to a software and tech behemoth. It's similar to witnessing the transformation of a quiet student at the back of the class into a rock star. Only this rock star also sells solar panels and makes rockets. Have a glow up, please. As we navigate these financial stratospheres, keep in mind that in Barron's opinion, investing in Tesla is about purchasing a piece of the future rather than merely shares. We might be riding the elevator to the stock market penthouse if Ron's predictions come to pass. If you were a new shareholder, you would be investing in a company where one of the best CEOs in this nation, if not the globe, is in charge of operating the company. Are you really going to treat him badly? Tesla employed 140,000 people a year ago. To give you an idea of how desirable it is to work there, Tesla and SpaceX are the top two positions sought after by graduates of the best engineering schools. Tesla hired 12,000 new employees last year out of a total of 6 million applications, minus 6 million for 12,000 positions. It is not only the automobile or the name Tesla that gives them the reason they have it. It is also due to him. Consider his capacity to draw these outstanding individuals to this company, nurture it, oversee it, and implement improvements that help the world as a whole. You wish to back out of an agreement you had with him. Let's head into some rough waters now, since even industry titans like Tesla have occasional bad weather. Recently, Elon Musk's salary deal caught everyone's attention and caused quite a debate. This turned into more than simply an ordinary boardroom conversation, garnering national attention. Votes from shareholders expressed a range of opinions regarding the fairness and amount of Musk's compensation. When it appeared that the case was resolved, a Delaware judge intervened and reversed the first ruling. This unanticipated turn of events seriously jerked the cogs, upending the consensus and causing repercussions throughout the financial community. It serves as a sobering reminder that corporate governance rarely goes as planned, even at the highest levels. Imagine being assured that the pizza will be the largest in the world, only to learn that the judge has declared your selection of toppings to be unconstitutional. There's more to the story, though. This isn't just little change. A lawyer made a bold move by demanding payment in Tesla shares valued at an astounding $5.6 billion. True enough, billion with a B, this lawsuit has more drama than a summer blockbuster film. It's more than just a legal dispute. You could buy a good portion of Mars or your own space program with that amount of money. And just when you thought there was no more intrigue in our story, let's throw in a splash of political drama. President Biden, who may provide a fascinating side story in Tesla's ongoing narrative, steps into the picture. It's often said that politics makes weird bedfellows, and nowhere is this more true than in the competitive world of innovation and industry. The relationship between Biden and Musk is more than just a small point. It has the potential to have a big impact on Tesla's future course and strategic choices. It will take time to see if this partnership leads Tesla into calmer waters or rougher ones. There is no denying that the nexus of business and politics always serves as a catalyst for change. With Tesla, we can all expect to be kept on the edge of our seats. It's like witnessing a family barbecue argument between your two uncles. One used to be vice president, the other to develop rockets. It's getting good. Pass the popcorn. Not only must we keep the ship stable while navigating these legal disputes and political winds, but we also need to chart